Hey there, Justice Egan here. Excited to cut this quick video for you. Have you seen people out there doing Facebook ads? Maybe you've tried Facebook ads or are thinking about it and really are a little confused, or maybe a little scared because a lot of changes have gone on. People have lost Facebook accounts. Some people say, advertising on Facebook isn't what it used to be. If you've experienced any of that, stick around because today in this video, I'm going to really break down kind of the spectrum of Facebook traffic, something I went over with a group of coaching clients last night, and I wanted to bring it out to you so that you really have an aha moment and understand the fundamentals so that, you can go into Facebook ads not only understanding kind of how to approach it, but really also what to expect. A lot of times in our marketing, we have to really understand what our expectations should be based on what kind of marketing we're doing, right? Not all marketing, not all traffic, not all leads are created equal. So here's what I want you to understand. When you're out there on Facebook, you've got everything from super hot traffic, right, to super cold traffic. Now, obviously, what would hot traffic be? Hot traffic would be people that, are likely to be very interested in what it is that you have to say, what it is that you promote, what it is that you have to sell. But B, they'd already know, like, and trust you to some extent, right? Now, super cold traffic is people that A, have no interest in what it is you're selling, but also have no idea who the heck you are, right? So if we split this right down the middle, I would say that as we move over here, right, the hottest traffic in theory, okay, should really be your email list, right? And you can upload your email list to Facebook and run ads directly to them. And then in here, from there would be people who had visited your website. And here would be your fans. Now, this can vary, right? These can kind of switch around. What I've seen a lot of is I've seen a lot of people go out there and build big fan bases of people that aren't targeted, right? They've gone out, they've done through advertisement, they've built fans, but the fans are not the ideal people for their message, for their product, for their service, for all the kind of training they bring to the marketplace. So what happens is later when they run ads to their fans, their ads flop. Sometimes, sometimes they can do better with ads that are in this area, right? Than they do with ads that are in this area because their fans weren't the right group of people. Likewise, people that experiment with things like solo ads and are going out there and building their list fast, right, may or may not be getting the right type of people on their list. So again, same thing with driving traffic to your website. So a lot of these can shift around and be a little interchangeable here, depending on how you've built these audiences. But one thing we know is that in some way, shape, or form, they all know you, right? Or they've all connected with you in some capacity. Now, as we get over here, this is going to be more interest-based, okay? So this is where we're pushing out towards people that are based on their interests or their behaviors. Now, for me, okay, because because I've had a lot of exposure in the My Lead System Pro communities where I've had exposure would fall on the left side of this spectrum, right? They'd be more targeted. Even though they may or may not know me, they may or may not be connected with me, there's a pretty good chance, right? At least they've seen my face or heard my name mentioned or something like that. And then we move all the way over, right? And this is gonna be, all the way down the spectrum on people that have less and less a chance of being interested in what it is that we have to say. And a lot of this, in this area is really gonna be determined based on testing. You're gonna test different audiences. You're gonna run ads to different interests, different behaviors, and see how they respond. Now, a lot of people have been losing ads accounts lately. And here's what I want you to understand where Facebook wants to go with this, right? So Facebook wants what's called native advertising. So no matter what, from really here over, okay, you want to push content out into the marketplace rather than directly send people to capture pages. Okay, now, do I still push capture pages out this way? On this end of the spectrum, I do. But one thing I make sure is that all my capture pages or my webinar pages or whatever I'm pushing out there, that it meets Facebook's guidelines, okay? Really, really, really clearly meets Facebook guidelines. And what I'll do is I'll do a blog post and video tomorrow on what those guidelines are, okay? And some things to kind of keep an eye out for on your capture pages so that you make sure you're not putting your account at risk, okay? But one thing I'll tell you is the safe bet is to push content out into this world. And what happens is if somebody based on an interest goes over and visits your content, Okay, that's like them raising their hand and saying, hey, you know, what you have, that headline, that picture, what you offered me in information through this content interests me. It's like they're pushing themselves further down this track right here. And what happens is they become a website visitor. Maybe they become a fan. Maybe they opt into something and join your list. And now we've got them in a separate category where we know that they fall on this side of the equation. And here we can be a little more comfortable running ads that have, you know, that drive people directly to capture pages, sales pages, etc. Now, obviously, this line is going to keep moving this way, right? Facebook has, you know, they've laid down the law and they want to protect their user experience. And so they're going to keep moving this line this way. And you're going to want to move more and more towards, you know, native advertising, towards pushing content in front of people. You know, and the other reason why you want to do that is because people don't come to Facebook or other social media sites to buy, to opt in. That's not what they come for, right? So it's nice to warm them up with content before they see that offer. But you know, anything you can do to get people over onto this side of the equation is a step in the right direction. Now, real quickly, I want to also talk about expectations. Right? What to expect from people that opt in, that visit your website, you know, that go into your funnels, etc. Here's what I want you to understand. All of this traffic is in some capacity, you know, it's got some level of coldness to it, and that is because they're on social media. It's not like search traffic. If somebody goes in and they Google something, you know, they Google a review or they're looking for information, that person is so super targeted. They're in like search mode, they're in buying mode right then, or they're in opt-in mode right then. They're looking for something specifically. They've got a problem, you've got the solution. Here, nobody gets onto Facebook and says, I've got a problem. Right now, you may present a solution to a problem that they forgot they had, right? It might interrupt them, but it's what's still called interruption marketing any way, shape, or form you slice it. The cool part is that Facebook knows so much about its users that, you know, even if you're interrupting them, at least you can find a way to make sure you're interrupting the right person or getting in front of or interrupting a person that really knows you, right? That's fallen into this hot list category. So what's your expectation? Well, you know, obviously the further you go from this line, you know, the lower your conversion rate is going to be upfront on both, both opt-ins and probably sales. And the further you go down this, the better it's going to be with opt-in and sales. But here's what I want you to understand. You know, really, the way I look at Facebook advertising is I'm building my list over here, right? I'm getting people on webinars where they're likely going to buy something, or I'm putting people into a process where I'm going to warm them up and then, you know, expect them to make a purchase from me. I am not expecting somebody, even in this realm right here, unless it's a super low cost, high value offer, I'm not really expecting this traffic to buy immediately. That's not the headspace they were in when they came into my world, right? So from an expectation standpoint, see your Facebook advertising as a way to move people from the right side over here, right, through content, and see it as a way to build your list. And then it's on you to follow up with great sequences, with great content, with great value, and warm those people up and move them towards a solution to the problem that they didn't come to Facebook to solve. Right? So, you know, warm up that audience and you know, I see a lot of people say, well, when I put people in over here, like my YouTube traffic, right? People used to warm up to me in video and then they'd come in to a scenario where they'd buy a solution, but they were searching for something when they'd find me. So you got to kind of curb your expectations from a standpoint of, you know, how quickly people are going to buy, right? What people are going to opt in, and see Facebook advertising as an opportunity to move people, okay, from interest and behavior, okay, which is where we know something about them. We know they like a certain thing, to move people from this side of the equation over to this side of the equation. Right? Once we have them in this side of the equation, now we can communicate with them in all different capacities. We can provide value to them in all different capacities, and we can turn them into customers, clients, teammates, etc. So I hope you found this helpful. If you did, make sure to share it with people who you think could help. Leave a comment below. I would love your feedback. I love creating content and seeing what you guys have to say. And if you would like more training like this, I'm actually creating a training right now. You can find it over my website called Online Recruiting Mastery. It is a 5-day course, the complete soup to nuts of exactly how you can grow your home business online. More leads, more traffic, more sales. I'm telling you, I'm going to show it all in this training. So go on over there, grab that course, leave a comment below. I'll be talking to you very soon.